Hey folks, Dr. Jackson here, doing a follow-up, a very necessary follow-up that I thought from our last Friday's training. Got a chance to think more in detail, some things that really stuck out to me, and some things that we really have to do to get the result that we want. The first thing I want you guys to be very aware of is that the problems or the challenge that you have is everybody's having that nationwide. So you don't have to say, well, boy, our group, it's like, no. Everyone is having, this is a very serious problem nationwide because the truth is we do not, our education system and our master system and PhD system does not train our principals for a regional director job. They're still trying to be teachers in their brain, but this is a business position, and so they have to be trained differently. And we need to go that direction on training them on how to run an organization and gain results. So that's one step. But one thing that I saw that really stuck out to me, and I went back to my barriers list, and it was this one right here, personal confidence. And I mean, it was like, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. And this is where I get on you guys, but not really getting on you. You guys put together an organization based on, and you actually said it, based on the way you would want to be treated and things you know are correct. Unfortunately, in this weird world we live in, particularly in the workplace, for whatever reason, it's like the more you give an employee, it just seems like the more they take advantage. And I'm talking about, this is just worldwide. This is a very normal thing, and it's peculiar. So this is why you have to learn to treat them like workers, because what you guys have made them a part of it. No, they work here. Okay, they work here. And since you work here, this is what we expect from you if you work here. And so what you see is that the foundation of employer to employee must be maintained. And then we have to stay with the standard of building folks up, because what I found is that they are very, very concerned or afraid to disappoint you. Almost to where they're like have a facade or an act when you guys are there. For example, I am certain that I could get a better result out of them if y'all wasn't present. Certain of it. I can tell it's like put on an actor face. The boss is here, right? And I gotta guarantee. But that don't mean don't come. No. But it's just telling us, all right, since we know what we're dealing with and we understand we gotta coach these cats to get us results, let's play it this way. It's two ways I want to go about this to get us a better result here. And the first one is this is how they're going to really get help. So to really get them help, now listen, you can logistically work out how to make this work. This is what has to happen. Work it out. I don't care. I'll do whatever to make it work. Now for them to take the next step. So going into next year, let's keep our management meetings on the quarterly, because that has to happen, and continue to have a team organizational growth from management and ownership at that table. That's number one. So staying with that. Number two, to take the next step, I have to go to them in their environments. Now notice this. Notice. When I say afraid, they're not afraid as in fear. They're as afraid as in disappoint you. So to really, really coach them and to really help them in their next phase, I have to go to them. And having one-on-one time with me, remember, I'm the outside independent guy. I'm neutral. So it's like telling me is like cool. Showing a flaw to you is like fired, right? Saying it to me is like, okay, he'll deal with it. Doing it with y'all is like letting you down. So I have to go to them. Don't know how that works. Just work it through in your head. Doesn't matter. But I have to go to them. So now I have to go to these sites and spend time with them in their office and train their campus. Okay, that's just it is no way around it, because what they've proven to us is they are very, very far behind, and they're the best we have. Okay, so to accelerate it, what do they need? Well, how do people accelerate their growth? One-on-one. That's how you accelerate your growth. You do more training, but it's one-on-one. They've already told you they're going to get something out of the group, and they already told you what they're going to get from the group. So keep the group process going. However, now to take them to the next step, one-on-one, smaller group. Boom, boom, boom. So that's one. Smaller groups. I go to them. Seems easier to do that. The other side is that on those main campus days, or however it works out, every single, you have to think this through. Think about this, bosses. If the principals are where they're at, what do you think the office staffs that run these facilities for us, what do you think they're doing? So what I would want you to do is to get us a day where we could bring those office folks. And even if it's regional, I don't know how it works. I don't care. I'm giving you guys homework and you work it out. I need all of the office team. Now, you could have, even on like on our game days, we could have 1 hour with all of the office people, because those people who sat in the front and in those 2 rows in the middle, they got to have their own session. I need that group by themselves, because there's some incompetence going on in that group that I'm not very comfortable with. Notice what I'm saying. So for me, the gloves are off because I seen something that really disturbs me. What I seen is that we'll have people bull jive us with the company's lifeline on the line. So the company's life is on the line, and we'll have people in here bull jiving around as if this isn't serious. And it's not they're playing, but see, that's the way they survive. They've been, so now notice, see, once you move into a new facility, increased investment, we got to look at this totally different. That's crap they did to get us to this point is not going to be able to get us moving forward. So I need the office folks. So even if you just got me, and so say on the next go round in May, we just had an hour with that group. They came early, okay, or they went first, and you had all the bosses come in later, or something like that, or you did something different with them. But that office team and that people who do HR and all that, they got to come by themselves. They need their own hour, because we need to talk. We need to talk. So we call that the smaller department meetings, and the management needs to keep its quarterly meeting. But to take the next step with that group, that means go to campus. So however that works out, on our end, we'll do anything budgetary wise to make it work. We just have to, my biggest issue is time and infrastructure. However, that could get worked out. The thing we have to do is we have to go to those campuses. I have to go to these people, sit in their office, go see their culture, talk to them, go see their school in action, and I guarantee you will get a much better result from them. What I seen was they are afraid of you, and they're afraid to let you down. Not like fear, but afraid to let you down, so they will fake. They will lie. Okay? They will be... And one thing I do not want you guys to do is we don't give passes, okay? So the jail school, whatever, okay, they have a situation, and the lady that has the immigrants and kids from Somalia. See, you got to understand, I don't care. You know what that job was when you took it, and I expect production. So I don't care what your situation is. It is your job as a building boss to be proactive to what you need. So, this is what has to happen. Because we're not going to be able to just continue to say, well, this is the deal. No, I don't care. So that's what has to happen. And I thought long and hard about it. And the day I left you, I went and did another principal meeting the next day. And I saw the same thing you have. And so I started to notice, how we do in Dallas or how we do in Houston, going to the specific campuses. And so I notice how different the people are when it's me with them, and how they are in the meeting when their boss is there. That's like the day you don't want to show up or sound like a fool in front of your boss, which is understandable. At the same time, this is how we have to do things. So on our end, we'll do anything to make it work. When you look at the whole scope of the whole plan of a whole year of making campus visits and doing campus trainings, I would never, ever again bring the whole company together. I mean, you can. I mean, you could probably do that to start the school year. Okay, you might be able to do that to start the school year. I mean, you might be able to do that sometime early in the year on a PD day. But for max results, to take us to that next step, it's going to be smaller. It's going to be the campus visits going to them, because that's what they need. They need the evaluation in their environment, the dynamic between. I see the dynamic between them and their staff that they can't fight. So sitting there at that meeting, they represent what they want us to see or what they want us to hear. No, when I go to them in their environments, you can pick the vibe up right away. You can tell them what's going on right there. And with that level of feedback, we will get a more concise result in our program that I think you'll be very pleased with. But that is the next step, because I had to think about what was my other organizations doing that to where we started to get that better result and that more, productive outcome. And when you get them in that meeting and they start lying to their boss and they're delusional, I mean, it took Wendy to call these suckers out. And I was about to get them. It was just good that she got them first, because that made mine go much smoother. Now, like, you guys, are y'all listening to yourself? I'm just sitting here listening to them like, really? And it had to call out. So let's do that. And like I said, the business part of it can get worked out. But this has to happen. What I just said, you got to do. That there's no way around it, because that's what they need. The one-on-one, with the person in their environment, getting direct feedback in their environment. In those environments, in those meetings, that's one level of feedback that they got to have. That's like class. But then now we got to go into the mentoring component of leadership and guidance, and that occurs on campus. That occurs on their training day on their campus. And like I said, the business stuff, that's easy to work that out. That's just about making a deal. Where I want us to take a leap, because right now we're in a leap year. So we started together in 17. And now it's 19. And so, you're in your 5th year. And so I'm saying, by 20, I mean, half of those schools need to be functionally at a B. And I just think we got to get aggressive with it. I mean, functionally at a B. We're not going to have schools open that are not going to get production. There must be pressure. Pressure's got to be put on these situations. The standard is A schools, and there's no reason we can't get A schools. But now we know what the barrier is. It's that management piece and the training and dynamic and confidence and coaching at that point. So let's intensify our coaching process. So not only do we have a training program, a management training program that is continuously evolving, reviewing, and doing the things we need to do to become better managers and leaders and workplace leaders. But now we have to put in the coaching component. And that's what will get us over the top. So that's what I thought about, and I wanted to talk to you like as if we were sitting there. But I had to really think about it, because I left very, very distraught. But not distraught, but just a little like, okay, these characters, man. But I've seen it. It's very common that they do that. And they do it when their boss is there, because nobody wants to look crazy in front of their boss. So, which I get. However, we need results. It's not going to happen. So, you guys, let me know. Work it out. We're playing a full house. Our schedule's full, going all the way through. I mean, contractually, we are totally full to the end of 2020. We have large district and state contracts. However, your time, anytime you guys need me, and however this needs to work out, I will always make sure my people make your time available. But that's the steps we got to take to get to the next place. So you guys work it out on your end, we work it out on our end, and let's just keep moving the program forward. I'm very appreciative of you guys' support and partnership. And it's just at this time, it's about getting us where we need to be. And we need to take a quantum leap because we are not on cruise control. I feel the pressure. I know you guys feel the pressure. And it's just time to it's time to step up, man. People on cruise control, it's time to step up. It's over. That playing around, it's over. Or cruise control or easing and smiling and cheesing. We need some production. It's time to do it. You let me know. I'm looking forward to it. And looking forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks. Peace and love. We'll talk soon.